Hello students, so welcome back to the discussion session. You attended an exam recently based on which we have this discussion session, and this time also you had a very balanced paper, not so tough, not very easy, okay, but still I guess a majority of you might have scored good marks because after we have seen the rules carefully, I guess this time you might have done it in a better way, right? So especially the first set of questions. We recently discussed how a few errors in grammar have to be you have to be careful with a few grammatical errors and you have to omit a few grammatical errors, and based on which you have the first set of questions. Okay. So, as usual, the first set of questions, that means first, second and third questions, are based on finding out errors if any of these parts have. Okay, that means in each sentence, or else you can say that 3 sentences are given, 3 questions are given, and in each that statement is divided into certain parts. And if any part has got error, that is what you have to choose as your answer. And not compulsory that it will have error. What if it does not have error? Also, you can choose one as the answer, that is, there is one more point, no error. So, if the sentence is free of mistake, no error is found, choose the D option, no error. If it has got error, choose that part. You are familiar with such questions, right? Okay, so we will start straight away with the first sentence. The first sentence is, Raghu came out of the bathroom with a towel in the hand. Raghu came out of the bathroom. Of course, nothing wrong in the first part or A part. Raghu came out of the bathroom. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong. Okay. With a towel. Again, not wrong. Okay. Raghu came out of the bathroom with a towel. But what about the last part or second last part where the sentence gets completed? In the hand. And that's where we have the error, in the hand. That means option number C is the answer. That means the error is in C part. Why is it wrong? What is the error? In the hand. See, we do not, you remember based on the discussion session that we had recently, definite article the. It's article, right? So, definite article the or indefinite article a, whatever be that, articles are not used before parts of body or organs of body. Okay, not the hand or not the leg, not the heart, etc. But here instead of the, you can substitute it with his hand, not the hand. So, with parts of body, do not use any article. And here an article has been used, definite article has been used, and that's why that part has gone wrong. Okay. So, Raghu came out of the bathroom with a towel in his hand, not in the hand. So, if you change that the or if you substitute the with his, the question or the sentence will be correct. Okay. So, first question, option number C part is, C is the answer. That means in that C part, the sentence has got error. Okay. Now, second statement, neither the girl nor her parents was present to receive the award. Neither the girl nor her parents, first part is correct, okay. Neither the girl nor her parents was present to receive the award. So, the error is in second part, B part. What is wrong? See, I'll just write this sentence for your convenience. Neither the girl nor her parents was present. Okay, so that was present is to be given. Was present to receive. That part is correct, so no need to write it again, right? Neither the girl nor her parents was present to receive the award, and I said this part is wrong, or this particular tense form is wrong. Okay, always remember this part or this tense form is determined in a sentence like this, neither nor either or type of sentences, where the wherever we have the tense or the part or the subject where the tense is close to or immediately after, you have to focus on the subject which comes before this tense, was present. Okay, before this tense, you focus on the subject or the number, singular or plural number of the subject. So right before this, what is the subject? Her parents, right? Her parents is a subject. Just before, right before, was present. And what is the form of this subject? Is it singular or plural? It's plural. That means this should be were present, not was present. It should be were present, not was present. Got it clear? When you get a structure like this with neither nor or either or, always remember you focus on the subject which is closer to the verb or tense. And if that subject is singular, it could have been was. Okay. And suppose if the sentence is given the other way, neither her parents nor the girl, then it would have been was present. Why? Because before was present, it's girl, singular, was present. But in this structure, before the tense, before the verb, it's parents, plural. So here it should be were present, not was present. Got it clear? So when you get a structure like this, always focus on the subject which comes just before the tense or the verb used, and only then you can determine it as singular. The tense should be with s or without s, or is, was, etc. Okay. So this part is wrong, and how will you correct it? Was present should be changed to were present. Okay. Now third statement, college girls seldom wear saris these days, do they? Question tag, based on question tag. You know that in question tag, some basic rules are there. Like if the statement is positive, the tag must be negative, and if the statement is negative, tag must be positive. Okay, and there are certain words which have negative meaning. For that, the positive tag is used. But here, you may feel that when you read this sentence, you may feel that seldom means it's negative word. Not always. Actually, college girls seldom wear saris these days means not that all college girls do not wear saris. Very few wear. At least some wear, right? So, college girls seldom wear saris means they wear saris very rarely. That means there is a positive sense in the sentence, okay, in the statement. So, college girls seldom wear saris these days. Do they? The C part, do they has gone wrong. This question tag has gone wrong. Don't they is the correct form. Don't they is the correct form. Why? Because the statement, you always remember about question tags. If the statement, for example, you were absent yesterday, weren't you? You were absent yesterday. You were. Statement is positive. So the tag will be weren't you, negative. Okay. You were present yesterday, weren't you? Okay. So likewise, he's correct, isn't he? He's not correct, is he? So likewise, if the statement is positive, tag will be negative. Statement, if it is negative, the tag will be positive. Okay. And here, seldom means there is a positive touch in it. College girls seldom wear saris these days means they wear saris, but occasionally, not always. Very rarely. But they wear, not completely not wearing. Okay. So, in that sense, do they is wrong. Instead of that, you have to use don't they. Okay. So, only then this statement will be correct. Okay. So, in all these three sentences, we had errors, and you have chosen the part which has gone wrong. First, part C wrong. Second one, part B is wrong. And third one, part C is wrong. C, B, C. Okay. Now, next question, fourth question. Here also whatever is underlined, a statement is given and a part of the statement has been underlined. Okay, and from the given options, choose the option with which you can substitute the underlined part to make it a correct sentence if it is needed, or else if it is already correct, the statement if it is already correct, that means choose the last option, no improvement. Okay, so anyways, let us read the question first. Let us read the statement first. One of my neighbors will sell his house who is going abroad. One of my neighbors will sell his house who is going abroad. When you read the sentence, we will get a feeling as if not the person is going abroad, but the house is going abroad. That means the sentence is incorrect, not correct. It's wrong. Okay. So, which option is correct? A option, one of my neighbors will who is going. Will and who will not go together. So, you cannot choose this. One who is going abroad of my neighbors is also wrong. Okay. Any fool can say that. And third option is, one of my neighbors who is going abroad will sell his house. This is the perfect one, the correct one. C option. Otherwise, when you read the question statement, one of my neighbors will sell his house who is going abroad. As if the house is going abroad, not the person. Okay. So, of course, you need correction for the sentence, and that is option number C. One of my neighbors who is going, neighbor is going abroad, not the house, will sell his house. Okay, this was very simple. Next also, there are many species of parakeets in India. The recognizable being the rose-ringed parakeet. Okay, so there are many varieties of species of parakeets, birds, okay, in India. The recognizable being the rose-ringed parakeet. That means we are comparing. We are comparing with a group. Okay, so when you make that comparison, that means you have to you're saying that among all parakeets, this is the most recognizable one. That means you have to use the superlative degree there, right? So the most recognizable, not the recognizable. So you are actually, when you compare things, you have 3 degrees of comparison. Positive degree is there, comparative degree is there, superlative degree is there. So in this sentence, you need to use superlative degree, okay, the most recognizable being the, that means out of all the parakeets available in India, this is the most recognizable one. So that comparing with all, and this is the perfect one. So you are using, or you have to use superlative degree of comparison. So in that sense, option number C must be used to substitute the underlined statement. Okay. Now, next is, you cannot pass as long as you study. You cannot pass as long as you study. See, actually, you know the structure, you're familiar with the structure. You have that clauses, conditional clauses. You have kept forward a condition, and that means if condition, and only then you will be getting a result. Okay. If you work hard, you will pass. Like, unless you work hard, you will not succeed. Unless you work hard, you will not succeed. You cannot pass unless you study. The same rule applicable. Unless. So, option number B. Okay. You cannot pass, you cannot succeed unless you study. It's conditional clause. Clauses are there, conditional clauses are there, and here it is one of the examples of conditional clause with the use of unless. So, it's option number B. Okay. So, the meaning is, if you do not work hard, you will not pass. So, that meaning is conveyed with this conditional clause. Okay. Next is a kind of passage based fill in the blank type of question, where a few words are missing and you can insert those words with the help of the options given to you. Okay. When you get such questions, what is the first thing you have do? Read the whole thing once. Only then you try to solve the blanks one by one. Okay. People tend to dash possessions sometimes without being aware of doing so. People have a tendency. People tend to dash possessions or things, belongings. People tend to, is it mass, lose, discard, or amass? Amass means hoard or collect. Amass means hoard or collect. Okay, people tend to amass or hoard possessions, sometimes without being aware of doing so. Actually, I must say that I also have the same habit. Like many a times, even the colorful wrappers that I get, gift wrappers that I get, sometimes I collect it with the belief that sometimes maybe later at one point of time I'll be able to use it, or else it will be of some use at all for me. So in that way, I have this habit of collecting or hoarding things which may not be useful all the time, which would be utterly useless, but still unknowingly I have that habit of collecting it. Okay, so it is D option. People tend to amass means to hoard or collect possessions, and sometimes that is done without being aware of doing so. We are not aware of what we are doing. Okay, indeed they get a dash surprise. What sort of surprise? Pleasant, stunning, frustrating. Surprise is always pleasant. They get a pleasant surprise when they find something useful, and later suppose if any of those things comes of any use, we will be greatly surprised. Okay, so indeed they get a pleasant surprise when they find something useful later. Those who never have to change house become, unknowingly they become indiscriminate. A option. Not happy, but they become indiscriminate collectors of clutter or waste things. They leave dash objects in, they leave unwanted. Sometimes we leave not undeserving or useful or unholy, but unwanted things. We are talking about collecting things which may not be of any use later. So, those who never have to change house become indiscriminated, and they leave unwanted things or objects in drawers, cupboards and attics for years, for many years without any use. They dash believe that they may need these things one day. They strongly believe that one day these things will be of some use. Okay. So now if you supply these words, it would make a logical passage. People tend to amass possessions, sometimes without being aware of doing so. Indeed, they get a pleasant surprise when they find something useful. Those who never have to change house become indiscriminate collectors of clutter or waste. They leave unwanted objects in drawers, cupboards and attics for years. They earnestly believe that they may need those things later, one day. Okay, this also was quite simple. Now, yeah, you have been given 3 questions, fill the blank type of questions, and you are also given some words as options, and you need to fill up these blanks with the proper prepositions actually. Not prepositions, but auxiliaries or with words. It's mixture of both auxiliary verbs and prepositions. Okay. Of late, the number of literates dash gone up. Of late means recently, current. The number of literates dash gone up. Is it is gone up? We do not use is gone up. Either had, have or has. And right now we are talking about the present times, current times. So, is and had cannot be used, either have or has. Now, the point is that subject, verb, agreement or singular plural agreement, which we studied in one of those extra sessions. Do you remember that? See, of late, a majority of you will focus on the word literates, right? Literates, and since it is plural, majority of you feel that it would be have gone up. But that is wrong. It is has gone up. The reason is, of late, the number of, this part is to be given importance, the number, not numbers. Number, singular, the number of, not the numbers of. So, focus on this part of the sentence. Of late, the number of literates has gone up. Has, not have. Okay, has gone up. The number, not numbers. So, that singular plural agreement rule is to be applied here. Okay. Then, please make yourself dash home. Please make yourself, it's actually a phrase which means to feel comfortable. Okay, please make yourself, is it with home, at home, in home, on home? It's at home, it's a phrase. It's a phrase. At home means please feel comfortable. Okay. The next is keep your dog, dash the flower beds, it may damage the flowers. Okay. So somebody is giving a kind of warning to the person that keep your dog, dash the flower beds. That means you have to keep it away from the flower beds. To convey that meaning, which word is to be used? Keep out or keep from, keep beside, of course not, keep off. So off is off with double F, not single F, double F. It means to keep it away from. Okay, to keep it away from. Keep your dog away from means off, O double F, off the flower beds. Okay, so 12th option number D, 13th option number B, and 14th option number D. Okay. Next we have choose the one which can be substituted. That means give a one word for these sentences. Alright. A polar beam used as a temporary support. A pole or a beam which could be used as a temporary support. And what are the options given to you? Scaffold is given, prop is given, lean-to is given, rafter is given. And the correct option is prop. You call it as a prop, B option. A pole-like structure or a beam which is used as a temporary, so actually support itself means prop. Okay. What about scaffold? What is scaffold? Scaffold actually is a raised platform. It's a platform-like structure, not any pole-like structure. It's a platform where like sometimes criminals are brought in and they're given punishment in the in the public. Okay, so scaffold actually is a raised platform where such public punishments are conducted or held. Okay, then prop is what we need as the answer. Then what is lean-to? Lean-to is actually a small supporting building, another building which supports a wall or fence which gives support. And then not a pole, it's wall or fence. Then rafter actually is like it's a leaning pole, or it's a leaning beam which is on the roof of the house. Okay, rafter is actually the roof of the house and that slanting beam or slanting structure. So not that polar beam used as a temporary support. Okay, it's permanent, rafter is permanent. So it's B option. Then the next is, this is simple, majority of you know this. One who, but then it's a bit tricky question, the options are tricky. One who studies the art of gardening, what do you call him? Is he agriculturalist? Of course, that you know, he's not, but he's horticulturist. You call him as or her as horticulturist. But then you have been given another option, a gardener and a botanist. Of course, the one who is dealing with botany, that could be left out. But then you will have a doubt, why can't it be a gardener? Why is it horticulturist and not a gardener? Okay, because a gardener also is the one who deals with garden, like its job is take care of garden, right? Remember, what is the statement? The one who studies the art of gardening, the one who does that course and studies all about the art of gardening is called a horticulturist. And who is a gardener? The one who tends or else takes care of plants in the garden. The one who waters and takes care of, he may not have studied the art of gardening, he is just a caretaker, he is just the one who takes care of the garden. So that is the difference. Okay, horticulture is the one who studies it and the one who takes care of the garden is simply called a gardener. Okay. Then next is these two words, accord and infirmity. Okay, two words are given and options are also given, corresponding options also are given, and you need to find out the words which are opposite in meaning or antonyms, not synonyms. So not similar in meaning but opposite in meaning. Okay, Accord. So, you know what, like in order to get synonyms or in order to find antonyms, you need to know what those words actually mean. Without getting the meaning, without knowing the meaning, you will not be able to get the opposite of that. Okay. Accord or in accordance with, accord, in accordance with have similarities in meaning, which means accord means agreeing with something or someone. In agreement with something or agreeing with something or someone is what you call accord. So, if accord is agreeing or agreement, what will be its opposite from the given option? It's so clear. It will be disagreement. Option number A. Not welcoming or disrespecting or conformity. So, in order to get this as the answer, you need to know the meaning of the word accord. So, accord means to be in agreement with something. So, its opposite will be disagreement. Okay. Now, infirmity. Infirmity actually means lack of strength or weakness. Infirmity, the meaning, I am giving you the meaning, not antonym. The meaning of infirmity means like lack of energy and strength, or in short it is weakness. So, weakness is a synonym for infirmity. Okay, but we require opposite. So, opposite of weakness is strength. So, C option, strength, is our correct answer. We are not asked to get the synonym for these two words, but antonyms are opposites. So, accord means agreeing with something or to be in agreement with something. Opposite, disagreement, same way. Infirmity means weakness. So, its opposite will be strength, that is option number C. Okay. Now, we have to find out words similar in meaning. So, for the previous questions, that means 17 and 18, you were asked to find out opposites, and right now you have to find out synonyms or similar in meaning. Loquacious, loquacious. See, people are described or are called loquacious when they are garrulous, voluble, or when they talk too much. When a person talks too much, you can call him or her as loquacious. So, it's obvious that it will be talkative. Option number A. The one who is very talkative, the one who talks much, gullible, voluble, garrulous, not gullible but garrulous or voluble, will be talkative or loquacious. Okay. Next is vindictive. Vindictive, you need to know the meaning. Options are given: imaginative, no; accusative, spiteful, aggressive. See, vindictive actually is a person who for no particular reason will possess a kind of revengeful mentality towards others. He or she may not have a strong reason. Okay, the one who always want to take vengeance, the one who has malice and hates others and then wants to take vengeance or is quite revengeful, that sort of person could be called vindictive. That means is spiteful. Spiteful, the one who has got great malice inside and is always what you call revengeful or has got vengeance. And do not confuse it with the option D, aggressive. Aggressive means a person who is violent by nature but not revengeful. Okay. So, spiteful is the exact word which means vindictive. Okay. Now, we have passage based questions, and you might have enjoyed reading the passage because it's narrative. Okay. So, by now you can easily identify the type of passages that you get. So, this was a kind of narrative passage, and that too almost like a story. Not almost, it is a story. And it was so simple that almost like a fable, a kind of parable or fable that you have read, you might have enjoyed. It was a good break given to you, okay, to read and enjoy a story like this. And based on the story, we have been given so many questions, 5 or 6 questions, 5 questions are given, okay. And I guess such a story has been published in its Malayalam version in Balarama and all, like once or twice. Okay, I have the habit of reading Balarama. Okay, so where I came across a similar story. I guess this is a fable which you also might have heard in your life, right? Like how a sage taught his disciple, one of his disciples, the art of bringing a dead person back to life. Okay, and when he sent all his disciples together and asked them to go and find out things outside, and when those disciples were coming back, they had to pass through a forest, and where they found the carcass or remains of a dead tiger. And that particular disciple who was taught the art of bringing dead people back to life, he thought of trying that trick, or else he thought of experimenting with that particular verse or that particular magic. Okay, and other disciples, they gave repeated warnings. He didn't listen to those warnings, and in fact those disciples, to save their skin, they climbed the tree. And this fool, what he does is, he chanted those magic words, and the dead tiger is back to life. Of course, it's hungry too, and it killed the disciple, the one who brought it back to life. And then with the dead disciple, the other disciples went back to the sage, and of course the sage brought the dead one back to life, but lesson of life was given. And that is the story all about, based on which you have questions. Okay, the first question is, what did the sage say to his disciple while teaching his secret verse? One of the disciples was given that art or that particular seed is given there. The sage knew, and the sage, it could die with him. So, he called his cleverest disciple aside. So, he chose one particular disciple, and then he calls him aside and says that he was the cleverest one, and he says that, I'm going to teach you a very special verse. If you chant this, you can bring back to life, or else you can bring a dead person back to life, or animal back to life. Use only when you need it to, and never misuse or test your powers vainly. See, this is the warning given by this is the instruction given by the sage before he taught him the art of bringing back dead to life. Okay, so what did the sage say to his disciple while teaching the secret or this magical words? Did he say not to share it with others? No. Not to practice it on animals? No. Not to use it to prove his superiority? But instead of that, the last option, never to misuse the power of the secret words. Not to misuse. You see, never misuse. That word is given exactly as it is. Never misuse. So, that is the option number D. Then, why was the sage proud of his disciples? The sage was always proud of his disciples. See, they were all very bright and eager students, and the sage had all the reasons to be proud of them. Those disciples were brilliant. They were bright, they were intelligent, and that's the reason why the sage was proud. Let us see if that is one of the options. Why was the sage proud of his disciples? Was it because they never misused their knowledge? No. Is it because they were very friendly with each other? No, but they were obedient. Last one, option number D, because they were very brilliant, they were very intelligent, they were very brilliant. So, option number D again for the 22nd question. Okay. Now, 23rd question. Why did all the disciples except one, the one who was trying to bring the dead tiger back to life, climb up to the highest branches of the tree? So, when that fellow was trying to bring the dead tiger back to life, the other disciples climbed up to the highest branches of the tree. What was the reason? Because they did not know the secret verse. For that, why should they climb up the tree, right? Then because they wanted to watch the scene of tiger coming to life from a distance? No, they were not excited. In fact, they had given repeated warnings to this fellow because they felt their lives were in danger. Of course, C option. They knew that if this dead tiger is brought back to life, they will be in danger. They wanted to save their skin. So, they knew that their lives were in danger. Now, 24th question. Why were the disciples sent to the forest by the sage? What was the reason? Is it that he wanted them to be eliminated? No way. So that the disciple could show them the magic of the secret verse? No. Didn't want to teach them anymore? No, but to teach them the lesson not to use their learning unwisely. So his intention when he sent those disciples out of the forest, he wanted them to understand, and they have to learn a lesson that they have to use their learning or their knowledge properly, wisely. Okay. Next is based on the passage, it's the last question based on the passage. What message is conveyed in this passage? So what is that message which we get when we read this passage, when we read this story? A teacher must pass on all his knowledge to others before he dies. That is not the message passed by the passage. Knowledge and learning should never be misused. This one. Okay. Knowledge and learning should never be misused. The knowledge that you gain, you should use it wisely. You should not be like that particular disciple who tried to bring the dead tiger back to life. So that was what you call unwise decision or stupid decision on his part. So it conveys a proper message that knowledge and learning should never be misused. So 24th option number D and 25th option number B. Okay. It's so simple a passage. I just loved reading it. Now the next question again, you have to find out in these two sentences the part which is wrong, if it is wrong. If there is no error, choose the last option, no error. Okay. Ritika decided to get up early to wear a nice dress and visit her aunt. When you read it for the first time, you may feel that nothing is wrong in the sentence. Okay. But read it again. Ritika decided to get up early. Correct. To wear. Why did she get up early? To wear a nice dress, of course. Correct. And visit? No, but to visit. So this and is wrong here. So option number C is the correct option. So instead of and, what should be used? To visit, not and visit her aunt, but to visit her aunt. Okay. Only then this sentence will be correct. So it's the error in the C part. Next is, the student asked me if I knew that Kalidas was the greater than any other poet. Okay. So here the second part, option number 2B is where we have error. The student asked me if, that's correct, that if I knew that Kalidas was the greater. This the is not to be used. The is used before superlative degree. See, we have 3 degrees of comparison. Positive degree, comparative degree and superlative. For example, great, the same word could be taken. Positive degree is the root word or base word, great. Comparative is greater. And superlative degree is greatest. And only with superlative degree that we use the definite article the. With comparative degree, we do not use any article. And here it has been used, so this is wrong. So if you remove this the, then the sentence will be correct. The student asked me if I knew that Kalidas was greater than any other poet. So that there is an excess word that should be removed. Okay. Next is, we have 28 to 29 2 questions where the sentence with blank to be filled up with appropriate word. Fill the blanks type of questions. Okay. It is mainly due to Peter's lethargy that the plan fell. It's a phrase which is to be used. Okay, proper phrase. Is it fell off, fell through, fell in, fell out? Okay, fell through. Because the phrase fell through means to fail miserably or to fail. It's mainly because of or due to Peter's lethargic attitude that the plan fell through means the plan failed. Fell off, separated, fell in, to be attractive, okay. Fell out also means like to be separated out. So in that sense, fell through, that means to fail is the correct option. Mother shall return dash an hour. Is it in an hour, after an hour, during an hour, within an hour? So like you may be confused between in and within. The correct option is D, within. Now what is the difference between in an hour and within an hour? Within an hour, where lies the difference, or what is the difference? See, in an hour means, okay, if I say that my mom will be back in an hour. In an hour means in 1 hour, okay. That means my the idea that I conveyed is my mother will return only after 1 hour. She will be back. That means she will take exactly 1 hour to complete her task, and only after that she will be back. But if I use the same sentence with within, my mother will be back within an hour means like maximum 1 hour. She can complete the task maximum in 1 hour, and sometimes she can come back even before the completion of 1 hour. So that within is to be used. So mother shall return within an hour means my mother is out of home now, but she will be back within an hour means she will maximum 1 hour that she will be taking to complete her task, and she may be back before the completion of 1 hour. Okay. Next is find out synonyms or similar words. Surreptitious and inanition. Surreptitious means a person who is secretive by nature, the one who keeps the things hiding, okay. So surreptitious, so secret, keeping secret or hiding things, okay. So it's option number B. And inanition means the one who is slow and a bit lazy or lethargy, okay. The one who is lethargy or slow in action. Option number A. Next is find out opposite in meaning, antonyms, opposites, imbroglio and bequest, okay. Imbroglio, so in order to find out opposite, you need to know the meaning of these words, right? Imbroglio, what is the meaning of imbroglio? It means that a person who is rather confused, not so sure, not very calm and composed, a bit confused, okay. And the opposite of that will be composure, means calm, quiet, balanced. So option number C. Likewise, bequest, and then you have been given accord, damage, complex, withdraw as the options, opposites to opposite word to a bequest. So bequest means what? Like you give something. If somebody has bequested me with his wealth, that means somebody has given me or has left me as the heir to his or her property. So bequest actually is to give. So the opposite will be to withdraw. To give and to withdraw. Bequest, giving, withdrawing is the opposite. Okay. Next. Yeah, idioms or idiomatic phrases for which you need to find out the meaning. Okay. These also should be taken as a list along with the ones which we have discussed in the extra sessions, right? So Adam's ale, at one's wit's end. Two idioms are given, but not in the form of an example sentence. It's given individually. Okay. Adam's ale. What exactly is Adam's ale? In plain words, it actually means water. See, Adam's ale means water, liquid that you drink. At one's wit's end. At one's wit's end means something which confuses you a lot. That means to get puzzled, C option. Okay. At once, that means you tried your level best, but still you are perplexed, you are confused, you are puzzled. So it's not a man of ability or at the last moment or undecided controversy, but to get puzzled means to totally to be confused. Okay. Next is, yeah, improve the bold part of the sentence. That means this is to be substituted. Okay. I thought I had not completed my project, So I thought I was done with means to complete. Okay, when the manager asked me to hand it in. So like the intention of the speaker is, since I did not complete the project, and when the manager asked me to submit the work, I found myself in total trouble. To convey that particular message, which phrase must be used? To done with means to complete, so that is wrong. So how will you substitute it? Done for, done in, done on. So actually it is done for. Done for means, done for is the word which means like it's finished, I'm in trouble. Okay, not done in or done on. Rohan was upset and so picked up his food while his cousins ate heartily. Picked up is the bold phrase. Rohan was upset. So Rohan was emotionally so upset, and that's the reason why he picked up his food while his cousins who were dining with him, they ate heartily. Okay, so picked up is to be substituted. So picked up means what? To pick something up. Picked out, to choose, okay, to select or to sort out. Picked on, picked at. So picked on means, picked out means to separate, and picked on means to select. Now picked at is our option, C option. And what do you mean by picked at? See, when you are emotionally troubled and you are not in a good mood, and while eating you are not even interested in the food that you are eating, so that will be evident the way you like pick up the morsels of food, right? So when we use that term, picked at his food, that means he was taking his food so slowly as if he is least interested and not in a mood to eat that food. So that is the word which we need there. So it's picked at. Okay. Next, give one word for the following statements or phrases. To give up a throne voluntarily. If somebody gives up, okay, gives it up, that means what is given up? A throne voluntarily or willingly. What do you call that action? Abdicate, C option. Not archer, begot or delegate, but abdicate. Abdicate is that action of giving up or giving throne voluntarily. Okay. Then words written on a tomb of a person. I guess you are familiar with this term because once we had a similar question in one of those model papers. Words written on and carved on the tomb of a person. What do you call that? Epitaph, and not other. Epigram means what? Witty remarks. Remarks of witticism. Okay. In books and all. Then epitome is like example, setting example. Then epicure means the people who are fond of eating good food and good drink. The people who are really attracted towards good food and drinks, they are labeled as epicures. Epitaph is the action of writing words or encarving words, beautiful words on the tomb of a person. Okay. Now, in the following questions, which one is incorrectly spelled, wrong spelling? Okay, so which word has got wrong spelling? Accurate, correct spelling. Business, correct spelling. Sedentary has got wrong spelling, and how will you correct it? Sedentary with T-A-R-Y, not T-E-R-Y. Okay, sedentary means to remain inactive for some time. So sedentary is with A-R-Y, not E-R-Y. The rest is correct. Jewelry, business, accurate, all correct. Okay. Likewise, chauffeur, then committee, veterinary, repentance. Committee is correct, veterinary is correct, repentance is correct, but this is wrong. Chauffeur is a kind of assistant, the one who, olden days, the people who drive the horse cart for you, they are called chauffeur, and that is with C-H-A-U-F-F-E-U-R. Okay, so that's how the spelling has gone wrong. Now, next is we have, as usual, two questions where the sentences are given a jumbled way And if you rearrange those sentences, you will be getting a meaningful passage-like structure. Okay. So, both are quite simple. They never desert us. So, we cannot start with P. Books are never failing friends. So, we can start with Q. So, how many options are there with Q? The rest you do not have to focus. 2 are there with Q. Okay. So, if you choose the first one, QR. What is R there? They dispel the dark clouds of gloom from our minds, and they never. Okay. QRSP. And through the ages. So, we cannot select that QRSP, but QPRS. QPRS. QPRS option number D. Okay. QPRS means what? Books are never failing friends. They never desert us even when all fair weather friends have deserted us. Okay. They dispel the dark clouds of gloom from our minds, and through the ages, the scriptures and other great books have provided immeasurable solace to the wounded and strife for torn humanity. So, it's QPRS. The next is when the robber was near. We cannot start with that. One night. So, we can start with Q. And fortunately enough, we have only one option that started with Q. So, without wasting any more time, we can select that blindly. QRPS. Okay. That means, QRPS means, one night the robber did enter her room, but Lakshmi did not make any sound. She just kept a tight hold of the knife and pretended to be sound asleep. And when the robber was near her bed, she stood up suddenly, brandishing the knife. The robber was taken aback, and with a loud cry, he ran out. So, option number C, QRPS. These two questions were also very simple, right? Now, as usual, we have active and passive voice construction where the statement is, I will write an essay, and what type of voice is it? It is active voice. Why? Because the subject is given importance. Okay. So, I will write an essay. How will you make it into passive? An essay will be written by me. An essay will have been, no. An essay will be written by me. Option number B. Not has been or had been, but will be. You cannot change the tense when you have active converted to passive or passive converted to active. Okay. Next, based on direct and indirect speech, we have a direct speech statement. Direct speech. Neha said, need I write a letter? Okay, so how will you need changes to had to. So, Neha asked, it's a question. So, Neha asked if is to be used if it is yes or no question. So, Neha asked if or whether, if she had to write a letter. If she had to write a letter. Need always changes to had to. And only one option has got that, had to. Now, the last set of questions where we have what we call fill in the blanks. The quest for a dash life. What type of life? Happy life. We all want a happy life. Okay. The quest or the search for a happy life engrosses every human being on this earth. We all want that. Every man tends to define a happy life in a distinctly or different, okay, distinctly individualistic fashion. Dash have attempted to define, not professors or researchers, but thinkers. Thinkers have attempted to define a happy life in various, according to thinkers, the happy lives are different. Hedonists, it's a group, have a dash notion, have a simple notion, a very simple plain notion that happiness lies in the dash of physical appetites, means gratification or satisfaction. Option number C, A, then B, D, A. Okay. So, how will you connect it? It was very simple. The quest for a happy life engrosses every human being on this earth. We all want that. Every man tends to define a happy life in a distinctly individualistic fashion. Thinkers have attempted to define a happy life in various terms. Hedonists have a simple notion that this notion is so simple that happiness lies in the gratification or satisfaction of physical appetites. If you fulfill all your physical needs, that means you will be happy. According to them, the theory is so simple that if you are able to satisfy your physical needs, that means you will be really happy. Okay. So this was the final set of questions whereby you have inserted words to make it a meaningful paragraph or passage. So with that, today's question paper discussion session also comes to an end. And after the next model exam, we will have another section where we will discuss the questions, which all options are correct and why the other options cannot be taken, etc. So just like how we did it today. Okay. So thank you all. With that, we come to the end. We will meet soon with another set of questions after your next model exams. Okay. So best of luck for the next model exam. Take care and we will meet soon. Thank you.